Hello dear students, welcome back to my YouTube channel eContent VB. Dear students, today we are going to discuss cost audit report and annexure to the cost audit report. As you know dear students, on completion of an auditor has to submit his audit report incorporating a certificate regarding correctness or otherwise accounts along with his suggestions if any for improvement in the operation, and this report is considered as a cost audit report. This report should be concise and it should be submitted to the appropriate authorities at the right time to be effective use to the parties concerned, and it should comply with the statutory provisions if any. So dear students, as you know, every company shall keep its registered office proper books of accounts with respect to, in case of company who are pertaining to any class of company, those who are engaged in production, processing, manufacturing or mining activities, such particulars relating to utilization of material or labor as to other item of cost as may be prescribed. Each such class of company is required by the central government to include such particulars in the books of account, and therefore it would be observed that the cost audit can be ordered in case of those companies who are required to maintain the cost accounts under the sections of the Companies Act. So dear students, my point is cost audit is being called up by the central government as and when required for particular class of companies. Otherwise, companies those who are coming under the preview of cost audit, they are supposed to maintain the books of accounts and they are supposed to get their books of accounts audited under the cost audit, and hence this cost auditor has to make a report, and that report is to be called as it should be precise, concise, and it should be submitted to the appropriate authorities within the right time and to be for the effective use to the concerned parties, and therefore this audit report should comply with the certain provisions. Now we are moving on to the next point, that is the cost audit report. It has to be consist of the different things. For example, whenever cost auditor need to prepare the cost audit report, then at that time the cost audit report should comes with the annexure to the cost audit report. And when I say annexure to the cost audit report, this annexure should consist of the few things. For example, whenever cost audit report, this audit report has to be submitted along with the annexure. So this annexure consists of general information. So general information means what? General information means the cost audit report should consist of name and address of the concerned firm, date of the company's registration, type of company, that is whether the company is public or private, brief description about the company's functions like location of company, operating date of commercial production, type of account, production capacity. All these details should be annexed to the cost audit report. The second thing that cost audit report should consist of is cost accounting system. So cost accounting system means here the cost auditor mention whether the accounts are maintained according to the GAAP or cost accounting system. Generally, cost accounting method includes cost accounting system regarding material, cost accounting system regarding labor, depreciation, overhead and allocation on production cost, the condition of byproduct and joint product, etc. So therefore, when I spoke about the next point, and that is the financial position of the company. So cost audit report should consist of the financial position of the company. It should also consist of the capital employed in the company, net worth of the company, profit before tax of the company, and expenses or the net sales, then operating profit of the company and value addition, and the last one is ratios. Ratios, it means that it indicates the expression in terms of value in rupees and as a percentage separately in respect of the companies as a whole, like profit arrived, then current assets to current liabilities, net worth, then you can say net sales, capital employed. All these ratio it should be consist of the cost audit report. Next thing that cost audit report should consist of, and that thing is production. It means that the production information is to be given for each type of product under the reference and for each factory, like its license, registered capacity, installed capacity, production capacity, actual production, percentage of production to installed capacity. All this information has to be annexed to the cost audit report. Next thing, that is process of manufacture. Process of manufacture, a brief note regarding the process of manufacture along with the flowchart of the product under the reference shall be given to the cost audit report. Next, that raw material. Raw material, it means that the cost audit report should consist of that it shows the cost of major raw material, that is material constituting 80% and more of the total raw material cost consumed in terms of quantity and value. Where the cost of transport material is significant, it should specify the same separately. Next thing is, it should consist of the information regarding power and fuel. The cost audit report also should give the details regarding quantity, rate per unit, total cost in respect of each major form of power and fuel used in the production. For example, coal, then furnace oil, electricity separately for purchase and generated, and other utilities separately. Then it should also consist of wages and salaries. The cost audit report should give the total wages and salaries paid to the all categories of employee separately in respect of like direct labor cost on production, indirect employee cost on production, employee cost on administration, employee cost on selling and distribution, other employee cost, the total employee cost, total man days of direct labor available and actual works for the year, average number of workers employed for the year. All this information should be consist in the cost audit report. Next thing that the cost audit report should annex is, that is repairs and maintenance. The cost auditor should furnish the expenditure per unit of output of the product under reference separate for the current financial year and for the preceding 2 financial year for the following, like store spare part, labor charges, outside current repair charges, and it should also indicate the amount and also the proportion of closing inventory of stores and spare part representing item which have not moved for over 24 months. Next cost audit report should consist of is depreciation. So cost audit report should mention the method of depreciation adopted by the company. If company has not provided in full for depreciation work out in accordance with the provisions of the subsection 2 of the Companies Act, then the extent of amount included or excluded in the cost statement it shall be indicated. See, when I say depreciation, if any provided on the amount of revalued asset, it shall not form the part of cost of production. Next, the cost audit report should annex with the overhead. So here the cost auditor. Now next thing that should be annexed to the cost audit report is overheads. So overheads, so for cost auditor, he should give the separately total amount of the overheads both for company and factory and the product under the reference. For example, factory overhead, selling overhead, administration overhead, distribution overhead. And it should also indicate that the basis for allocation and apportionment of the common overheads, including head office expenses to the product, capital work and other activities of the company. So all these things and overheads, it should be separately annexed to the company's cost audit report. Next thing, that sales. Sales means it should indicate the sales in quantities and the net sales realization of the product under the reference, showing average sales realization per unit. If product under reference is exported, then details of quantity exported, net realization per unit, country to which exported, and also it indicates the profit and loss incurred in the export. Whereas the product such as sugar, drug, etc., it is sold at different prices in accordance with the government policy, then sales realization of each product at the different sales prices, it should be sent separately along with the quantity and value. Also, it should indicate the profit and loss per unit of the product separately. Next thing, that abnormal non-recurring cost should be disclosed. If there were any abnormal feature affecting production during the year, for example, strike, lockout, major breakdown in the plant, substantial power cut, serious accident, etc., they all shall be whether practicable. It should be briefly mentioned indicating that their effect on the unit cost of the product. And finally, the audit report should annex with the auditor's observations and conclusion. So in this part, the auditor shall report on matters which appear to him to be clearly wrong in principle or apparently unjustifiable, cases where the company's fund have been used in negligent or inefficient manners, factor which could have given the controlled but have not been done resulting increase in the cost of production, contracts or agreement if any between the company and other parties relating to selling, purchasing, etc., by bringing out any peculiar feature under undue benefit, as well as the adequacy or budgetary control system if any in weak in the company, the audit report, it should also consist of that the suggestions and measures for improvement in the performance of company, if any, in respect of rectification of general imbalance in the production capacity, then concentration on areas offering scope for cost reduction, increasing productivity, key limiting factors causing the production bottlenecks, then improved inventory policies. All these suggestions should be there in the last part of the auditor's observations and conclusion. As well as the cost auditor, he should ensure that the report along with the annexures and pro forma is to be neatly stitched and bound in file, and it should be sent to the registered post or otherwise delivered in the person to the central government through messenger acknowledged obtained. All cost statements, other statements in respect of intermediate and finished product which is prescribed in schedule 1 and 2 of the relevant cost accounting record and rule made under the clause D of the subsection 1 of the companies section 209 of the Companies Act. It should be duly audited and signed by the cost auditor, and it shall file with the company in respect of which the audit has been ordered by the central government. And summary of all statement mentioned in above, indicating the unit cost of production, cost of sales, sales realization and margin shall be also furnished in the central government by the cost auditor in the pro forma mentioned under the column 3 of the table given. So against the product under reference in the given table. So all these points it should annex to the cost auditor's report. So therefore, dear students, if you want to know what is the pro forma of cost audit report, in the description box I have given the Excel form of the pro forma of cost audit report. You can just go and click on the Excel file. You will be able to know the different tables of the cost, that is annexed of the cost audit report, and the pro forma of the cost audit report. I am requesting you to thank you for your patience listening, and if you like this video, please click the like button, as well as if you are new to my channel, please subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you for your patience listening. Thank you.